woke up, paid, thought this was a dream. I just made me a play, just the boss of my team. Addicted to diamonds, spent 80 on jewelry. I know I leave, probably think I'm a fiend. Live every day like this is my last. I just sold a few bags and I fled the scene. I don't want no big talk back, I ain't here now. That I need my to be like a king.
I love actually doing this. Actually, I found something cool to do that I really like doing.
Podcasting.
Yeah, and because I don't have, when I go to the studio, I have to really think about like rhymes and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just like now, to me, the podcast is just, because I like talking. And I notice that about myself. Like, damn, I talk a lot sometimes. Sometimes I'll be having to chill. Like, when I'm, like, really chilling with somebody that I like talking to, especially with my brother, I'll be noticing, like, man, damn, like, I can talk a lot. So, actually, the podcast, it worked out for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's everything been with you?
Everything's been wonderful.
Yeah, that's a blessing. That's a blessing. But, yeah, it's been, man, over a year since our last show that never got aired out. But it's all good, you know what I mean? We here today.
Yeah, I'm excited to continue the conversation.
Yeah, for sure. I had actually seen on your Instagram, I saw you like rehearsing with like a big group of women. And I was like, wait, what? Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, y'all was really hitting the moves. And I was like, wait. I was like, she danced? You know what I mean? I was like, what? So I asked E, I was like, bro, I didn't even know that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I'm like, I guess I really didn't get to get into that with you the last time. So can you kind of give me like a little insight on that about like, where did that come from?
Yeah, so I've actually been dancing since I was 18 months old. Took my first dance class, Mommy and Me class. I played pretty much every sport growing up,
really?
But dance was, my mom, when I was a freshman in high school, she said, okay, you have to decide now.
Okay.
You can't play a bunch of different sports.
Right.
So that's when I kind of honed in on dance. And then I was able to take those talents to college, competed for Penn State for 4 years. I coached the team for a year. I was super burnt out.
At Penn State?
At Penn State.
Okay.
I did 4 years, got to do all the things. I performed in front of 110,000 fans, which was, like, that's where I thrive. That's, like, where I feel most fully alive is in front of a bunch of fans. And anyone that's in the entertainment space there's nothing like that kind of adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
Like, I love that. I thrive in that space. And so we performed at all the football games. We performed at basketball, some wrestling events, always showing up in the community at different events. We also competed for national titles, which was super fun. And then I was burnt out at the end of 4 years, and I was at Penn State for 5 because I did grad school. And so I coached the team for a year, was an assistant coach, which was fun to kind of be on the other side of things. Right. And then actually decided, you know what, I miss dance again. I miss it. It's like, it's my soul battery. That's how I like to think about it. And so I auditioned for a few professional cheerleading teams out in California because I was back home in California at the time. Cut as a finalist for both. And that's actually what brought me out to Texas.
So what teams did you try out for in California?
LA Rams.
Okay.
And then the 49ers. So both NFL.
What makes it so complicated to like be on a team? Is it actually really talent, or is it more like who you know?
I would say every year they're looking for different puzzle pieces. They might be looking for your puzzle piece that year. They may not be looking for your puzzle piece that year. They're looking at the full package. What are you as a dancer? How are you able to interview? That's a part of the process. What would your contributions be inside, outside of the studio? Are you a good teammate? They look at a bunch of different things. So it's not just dancing alone. Yeah. And honestly, a part of it too, it's a job at the end of the day. It's not just a hobby. And so they're looking at, okay, well, looks-wise, what kind of looks do we need to fill our lines this year? Right.
And so what was the emotions like for you, like, when you was cut? Like, were you, like, heard about it? You was like, oh, it's cool, like, on to the next, like, you know, or?
Yeah, I think it's a mix of both. It's so cool to have something that you care so deeply about. And when I was in California and I auditioned for both of those teams, I was disappointed, but I knew that this was kind of the world of dance. Yeah. You're always you get more no's than you do get yeses in that world. And so I think something that it teaches us is really great. We take constructive feedback really well.
Right.
Which I think that's kind of a lost art these days.
Right.
And so, I was disappointed, but I always say rejection is just redirection.
Most definitely.
And being in both of those situations, actually that's what landed me here in Texas. And so I'd met a girl at one of the auditions, and she made the Gold Rush. I was so happy for her. I reached out to her.
What's the Gold Rush, by the way?
Gold Rush, 49ers.
Oh, okay.
So 49ers cheer team. Yes,
Okay.
49ers Gold Rush is what they're called.
Okay.
So I'd connected with her, and she connected me with this woman named Jen Amber, and she was a former Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. She said, I think you'd really benefit from training with her. And I'm one of those people that when I have my mind set to something, I'm going to see it all the way through. So I'm going to do whatever I can to accomplish it, right? And so moved out to Texas, was planning to just stay for 2 months.
Just to train?
Just to train.
Oh, you serious about this? you take that serious. No, for sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, I was working at the same time because being a professional dancer, cheerleader, it's like a part-time gig as far as pay goes. And so I moved out here, fell in love with it here. I was like, Dallas felt like home immediately for me.
That's good.
I like the people, the quality of life.
So you didn't have no family here?
My sister was at TCU.
Okay.
So she was just down the road.
Okay.
But other than that, no. And so 2022, I auditioned for the Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders. I was cut in the very first round. Back to the drawing board, train again for a whole year. In 2023, I was a finalist for the Cowboys. It was all over Netflix.
Wow.
Which was just crazy, right? To go from 1 year being cut the very first round, and then the second year I go from hundreds of applicants making it to the final.
Now, how did you feel about that? Now, how did that feel? Did you feel like, okay, maybe it was worth me going through all these no's, but I didn't stop? Did you just, you know what I mean? Did you feel that?
Oh yeah.
I'm getting there.
Yeah, and I think the most beautiful part is how you grow and evolve as a person throughout these processes. Just because you're learning more discipline than 99.9% of the population ever will, because I'm maintaining my career, my life, and adding dance on top of that.
Right.
And it also brings such a beautiful community. The dance world is full of so many incredible women, and it's a lot of friendships I would have never had. And
that's what I seen on your page. It was the Dallas Cowboys cheerleading uniform, and I was like, what? I'm like, I don't think you ever even spoke about this. So I was kind of confused, and I was like, man, I'm gonna ask her about this when I see her. You know what I mean? So I was just like, damn, that's dope. I've never really kicked it with nobody that was, you know what I'm saying? That did that. So I was like, damn, that's fresh. That's pretty cool. And I've heard it was complicated. I've heard some people say that it was pretty complicated before. And so I'm like, damn, that's really dope. Cause you was really on it. You know what I mean? Damn, that's pretty cool. I was really into choreography as a kid. As a kid though, you know what I'm saying? I really used to
some hip hop choreography.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I used to really, really like that. So but all of the, choreography, I like it. No matter if it's hip hop or whatever. But yeah, that's dope, man. So it sounds like you made a lot of great connections throughout the process too. And networking that's very major. Actually just being a likable person that somebody is willing to say hey, you should go get with this person over here. You know what I mean? So that means you made a really good impact on the chick who put you with that girl, with that lady or whatever, to help you train. That's really dope. That says a lot. Says a lot.
Thank you. I think when you show up as who you really are and who you fully are, then you're going to come into alignment with the right people, and that's kind of what opens up just Pandora's box of excellence. Right.
So even though after your time doing that, do you just still train far as just dance with other people? How is that going?
Yeah. So shortly after those auditions, I was traveling in Europe, and with my family, we were on a a vacation, and I actually caught a really nasty bacterial pathogen.
Oh, shit.
And so it wiped out my health. And I took about 5 months to figure out what exactly was going on. And I was planning to, I said, oh, I'm a finalist. Like, I was one of 76 girls, and they ended up taking 36 on the team. I was right there. Let's run it back again, right?
Yeah.
And so I started training again, and my body shut down on me. So my health was literally, like, ripped out from under me almost overnight.
Whoa. And you caught this in Europe?
I believe I caught it in Europe, because my health went downhill about a month after.
And do you think it was like food or?
It was most likely either in food or something that I drank. So water, if I was filling it up from a fountain, was not maybe filtered.
Wow.
Not exactly sure, but that's my best guess of what it is. We can't exactly pinpoint it.
Right.
But yeah, so my health, it was literally like it had just gotten ripped out from under me.
Yeah.
I was in what I thought was peak shape, right, for the Cowboys. And then in those months, I remember that following January, so fast forward about 6 months, I was at a prep intensive doing what I do. It was probably 6-hour day, and halfway in between, my whole body broke out in hives. I had to run to the bathroom. I was throwing up, like, so sick. And it was during that class that day that I said, okay, it's time to take a step back from dance. So I actually took most of the year off from dancing, and finally was able to get back to a place where my body was healthy enough to start training again. And so in December of this past year, I had taken a few classes last year, but not really too much, but really just the past 3 months.
Mentally, though, when you were going through that, like, how was that for you mentally?
It was a whole year of winter for me. It was so difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was so hard because I've trained my whole life. I've fueled my body properly. Been training around, we were just talking about the environment that I train in with so many high performers, and I felt like my body was failing me. And to care so much about my health, and then for everything to be out of my control, was super humbling. And it
can happen so fast. Like, it just can happen so fast, no matter where you are, like, no matter what you're doing. Yeah, like, damn, man, that's like, how long did you say it took you to bounce back?
Yeah, so I caught the bacterial pathogen in August. My health was at its worst in December. We finally figured out what was going on in December. And then in May, I actually caught black mold. So I was on the up and up, getting better, getting healthier, feeling better every day. And then another 5 months later, got black mold. My energy started draining again. It messed up my hormones. We figured out what was going on. I got connected with the right doctor to start a certain peptide protocol to help my body heal.
I did not know you was going through all of this. That is crazy.
Yeah, so that all happened, and I'm so grateful for it, not because of what I had to go through, but because now I could be a guidepost for other women and let them know, hey, there's a better way. You don't have to ignore all the symptoms going on in your body. That's your body warning you. Something is going on. We need to take another look at this.
And do you feel like you had, like, certain warnings that you overlooked, do you think, or no?
No, I was pretty intuitive.
Gotcha.
I was going to doctors saying this is what's happening.
Gotcha.
The very first thing that happened, there's this thing called heart rate variability. It measures how balanced and ready your nervous system is. And I track it on my Whoop right here. And mine plummeted overnight before I felt any other symptoms in my body.
Yeah. And going through this process, did you have a good safety net? Like, some people that you could, like, that was there for you, like, through the process? Like, hey, we got you. We're here for you. We're praying for you. Did you have a small group at least? Like,
yeah, my family. I'm super close with my family, both my parents, my sisters. I had a coach, a functional practitioner that I was working with as well at the time. So she was able to give me the roadmap, the blueprint of this is what we need to do.
Got you.
And I was able to heal.
Right. That's a blessing for real. I just think it's very important, like, that we have, you know, a small safety net of people that we can talk to, you know, like, no matter if it's just your health period, you know, or just mental health. I really think that, like, we need that, you know, like, we need somebody there for us, for real. Like,
Absolutely.
You know?
I mean, it's crucial. I talk about it. There's so many different types of stress that causes dis-ease in our body, right? Disease.
Yeah.
And the emotional stress can sometimes be the biggest killer of them all.
Yeah.
And so if you don't have those people in your life, you know, we talk about toxins in our environment.
Right.
People could be just as much of that.
Right.
The wrong people around you can really make or break.
Wow, that's very important. It just take me back. I was watching this movie, and this little girl, like, she was taking care of her mom. Her mom was sick. And it just brought me back to, like, when I was in 4th grade, my grandmother, she had just got cancer, like, out of nowhere. Like, so I was just, I was stressed, like, myself, because I was like, this is my grandma. Like, she take care of me. Like, you know, this is who I got. I had my mom, too, but it was at one period of time in my life I stayed with my grandmother. And, like, man, I was going to, like, a little, like, private school at this time. I went for, like, a year. It was something new. We were just trying. Anyway, it was new to me. So I would have, like, the whole school, like, in the morning, like, praying for my grandmother. And so when she beat it, you know, like, man, I was just, like, too excited. Yeah. Like, it was crazy. Like,
that's the power of prayer, too.
And I really didn't even understand how powerful it really was until, like, as I got older, too. And I'm just like, damn, I did that, you know? Like, I used to have the teachers and just everybody. Like, it was crazy. Like, and I remember that to this day. Like, that's how serious I was. I was like, man, my grandma got to get better. Like, so, yeah, man, I'm glad that you are, like, you know, back to normal, and you, like, you know, you look like you were very healthy, so that's a blessing.
Yeah, I would say I'm even better than normal.
Yeah.
My health is, like, I feel like it's 10x
beyond
what it was. Yeah.
So you feel like you got superpowers now?
I mean, kind of.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No, that's cool. I got a question though. Like, if you were, like, blessed with a superpower, like, what would you want it to be?
I think the superpower I would want would be to be able to travel anywhere, like, just, like, blink and be in another place.
Damn, no, that's dope. Yeah, that would be very dope. For me, it'd be, like, to be invisible, either run fast or, like, invisible.
Running fast would probably take second place. I like that one for me.
Yeah, like, it'd be crazy.
Let's go.
No, it'd be crazy. So damn, you were in Europe. Where you were just traveling, like, all around Europe?
All over, yeah. I'm a Greek citizen.
I have never been to Europe, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I want to go. I do want to go.
Well, we can get that all set up. I lived in Florence, Italy for a summer.
Okay.
And so when I lived there, I was able to go and experience a lot of different countries and cultures.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, I have family that's in Greece, so Greece is kind of like another home for me.
Okay.
There's some good pockets that.
Hey, you saying we can get it set up? I'm serious. I'm gonna be vlogging. I'm gonna be like, yeah, on my way to Europe. Like, it's going down.
Let's do it.
No, really, like, seriously, I wouldn't mind going. So, like, what's been the best place that you've traveled to? Period. Though, just, you know.
Switzerland's my favorite.
Why Switzerland? I'm just curious. I seen like, videos of it during the wintertime. It looks beautiful.
I'm an adrenaline junkie.
Okay.
I've gone skydiving there twice. And
okay.
It was just the most no skydiving
nah,
for you?
I ain't fucking with it. no, man. I ain't fucking with it. I'm gonna watch. I will be there for support.
I think you could do it.
I'm gonna be real with you. I was thinking about it, right? I promise you, I was really thinking about it. My friend of mine from back home, his name is Keelan. He went skydiving. The group after him died. And so I'm just being honest with you. It's just like like that just kind of just, it blew it for me. Like, I would always say I would want to skydive in, like, Dubai. I wanted to do it, but I'm just like, Nah, I'm alright. Like hot air balloon, no. Skydiving, no.
Bungee jumping?
No. like you know, I'm just being real with you. Like I would love to feel that, like when you skydiving and when they pull the parachute, I would like to feel that. But it's just like I can't brace myself to do it. Maybe one day, but right now, no. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'll take one for the team. I'll go again.
So like what, like damn. So you just feel just like when you're doing it.
I just feel alive. You get to just like
I know it
you
feel
just look
good.
around and you see how beautiful the world is from a different viewpoint. Gives you different life perspective.
Damn, and I bet you it's just gonna open up some for me too if I ever do it. Like it's just
when you do it.
Yeah. Shit. Hey, oh my gosh. Could you do that? Oh, you could. All right. I don't think I could either, bro. Like, you gotta take two. Oh my gosh. But I don't know, man. I just believe traveling definitely opens your mind, and it helps you like interact with so many different cultures.
Yeah.
That's one thing I do love about traveling.
Where's your favorite place that you've traveled?
Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. Okay, I love Africa, right? I went to Kenya, Nairobi. I love it. I'm talking about, I felt like I was with family in a way. You know what I mean? Like, it was my friend from like school. I went to college with him. He invited me. I met him over there. But then I went to Thailand. I went to Bangkok. And man, nothing could beat Bangkok when it comes to the city views. The people are cool. It wasn't awkward. Like, it was really good. Like, I really like Thailand. Like, I really like it. Like, fuck, it's hard, man. I'm gonna go with Thailand though. It's just it's way further though. But I loved it. Like,
How long were you out there for?
50 days, almost 2 months.
So
I was supposed to go for 12 days.
And then you just kept extending the trip?
I extended the trip. Like, my bro was out there and all his friends, and they left, and he moved there, and so, man, I just got comfortable, and I just didn't want to leave. I was like, nah, this is for me. Like, I'm supposed to be here for a while, and I was like, I got shit to do back home, and I'm like, but I was like, man, I'm gonna leave soon, and like, I just kept staying. My mom, she didn't like that. She was texting me like you know, just being her, you know how it is.
Come home, we want you safe.
Yeah, but I'm just like, what? Like, y'all don't need to like doing all that when I'm like 100 miles away. But I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. And so I know she, you know, but eventually, like, I was telling her, like, I'm very happy. Like, I'm really happy, Mama. I told her I was happy, and so I had to really choose myself, like, for real. Like, I was like, I'm gonna come back soon, but like right now, like, I'm gonna just chill and like. Man, I got so in tune, just like with prayer, just with everything, with myself. Like, I was like, man, I'm like I love myself for real. Like you know, like I'm here. Like, and so since then, man, life has been just great for me. Like, really, like I know it's just been great. Like, I didn't have to get like no extra. No car, no, like, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't extra money. It's like I feel great. Like, you know what I mean? So it was just like,
you have that inner freedom.
Yeah, and when people be seeing me, they just be like, for my friends, like, man, you look different. I'm just like, what? I don't look different. I look the same. Like, you know what I mean? But I'm just telling them, I feel real good, and I'm thankful for it.
What did that experience like show you that released that for you?
Okay. It really showed me this. Like, no matter where you start in life, like, no matter the things you had to see, you had to go through, like, you can really end up in a great place, like, in your life. Like, no matter all the trials and tribulations you went through, it's like you can really go far. And I just seen how effective it was when you network with people, and like when you actually sit there and you're gonna find your people that's for you. Like, you know what I mean? I'm talking to people who looks nothing like me. Like, these people are 23 hours away. Like, and man, it was just great vibes. I met really, really good people, and I was like, man, like, it just showed me, man, that like God can really lead you to good places. Like, even though like shit be hard sometimes for us, it be hard, it be stressful. You probably done went through the worst shit in your life, but it's just like it's only temporary. It's only temporary, and I be really having to tell myself that, because you know shit happens all the time and we cannot do anything about it. But it's just like, yeah, man, I'm blessed. I'm really blessed. Like, really, I'm excited. Like, I'm excited. Like, yeah. So, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. The food was cool. It wasn't the best to me, but it was cool. It's doable. You know, that's one thing I was like, ah. But they had like Jamaican food. They had this one lasagna I really loved. 10 out of 10. The lasagna was a 10 out of 10.
So we'll go back out there just for the lasagna.
Oh, what? I'm going back. I plan on going back. Laura's will in April. I'm going to go for a month. Matter of fact, he's coming too. My friend is getting married.
How cool.
And, you know, they choose me to be over the bachelor party. You know what I mean? So I got to make sure they enjoy themselves. But I'm the best man, too, for the wedding. So, yeah, you know.
That's an honor.
Yeah, for sure. So man, what you're going through, just all of this, you know, that you've been through, was that 2024, like, what are you just most thankful for, like, these past 12 months?
That now looking forward, I know exactly what I've been called to do in this next chapter. So I've taken all of my healing and actually turned it into, I completely left my career behind me, and I said, oh, didn't make sense, right? When I started getting sick, I said, why, God? I take such good care of my body. Why? And instead of saying why, I changed it to like, hey, it had to be me, so that I could be that person for other people who are really struggling with their health. And for most people, their health disintegrates over 5, 10, 15, 20 years. We have a country that doesn't know how to take care of ourselves. We're riddled with chronic symptoms that we're told are normal. For me, my health disappeared overnight. And so because of that, I said, oh, I don't want anyone else to suffer the way that I have. So I actually left my private equity career behind me and turned that into a whole functional medicine practice.
Oh,
so
wow.
That's literally what I do now is I literally took the fire and turned it into something beautiful. And so that's what it taught me. It taught me so much. I was able to heal my own body first, so then I could go help other women and men heal themselves.
That's genius.
Thank you.
Nah, that's genius. That's dope. That's dope. Especially knowing your calling. Like, a lot of people, you know, trying to still figure out their purpose in life, you know? So with you being, man, you know, you had to go through something, you know, not so good, but man, that's a blessing, like, that you can actually say that, like, yeah, I know my purpose. I'm living in my purpose now.
Yeah.
Wow.
The alignment that just starts to fall in place too.
I think that's one of the best things I've heard today.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best. Yeah, that is one of the best things I've heard today. Damn. I gotta definitely pay attention to that. Like, I'm gonna be definitely watching you do that, like, go through that, especially because I know your story now. Like, and it's like, man, wow, I love that. I really do. Damn. Okay. Man. So you plan on being in Dallas just for like a while? You don't really have any other word you just want to be right now?
I love it here.
Me too.
I love it. I love the people, the community that I've built, the network like we've been talking about, which is so important. I feel like in only being here for 3.5 years, it's home to me.
Right.
I am really excited though, because now that I have my health back and now that I'm back into dance, those videos that you saw, I'm so excited because I'll be auditioning again this year for professional cheer teams.
You coming back? Okay.
So I'm not done. And
Okay.
So I'm training right now. So we'll see.
Damn. Okay. You ain't gotta tell us yet, but do you already know like who you are going? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's dope. I wish the best for you. Damn. That's cool. So I know like you say that's where you feel alive at. Like you feel you feel alive when you're doing that. That's dope.
Yeah.
You look like you be having fun, honestly. Like,
Thank
you look
you.
like you be having fun. So you just go like the different studios around and dance, or it's like the same ones? Is it like a core group that you have?
Yeah, so Dallas is very underrated for the adult dance community.
Okay.
As far as preparing for professional cheerleading teams. If you want to do commercial, like be a backup dancer or be in commercials, go to LA or New York. But if you want to be on a professional cheer team, Dallas is a really great hub for that.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of really great training. There's a dance class you could take any night of the week. Also been traveling a little bit across the country for a few of the teams that I do have in mind this year that I'm going to audition for, just to get a feel for the culture, because that matters to me. It matters, okay, what's the city like? I'm not just going to move to a city that I couldn't see myself living, because, you know, my life is much more than just dance. Right? There's so many beautiful facets to that. And so I have been traveling a little bit to a few different cities to check it out, but most of my training is here, and there's great classes all across Dallas.
So, okay, if you were to, well, when you do get on this team, you will have to move for a while.
Yes.
Okay, for like a whole year, or however
Yeah,
it
so
goes. However it goes.
it would be for however long that I dance. It's not year round, but the off season is so short that it doesn't make sense to like have multiple stays.
Got you.
So
and so, like, when you do go to these cities and just check it out, you check out the food. You like, what all do you check out?
I'm checking it all out.
Okay.
I'm such an energy person, and so one, the energy of the city, two, the energy of the people that I interact with. And those are so important to me. They ground me so much. And so being able to get a feel for that, I do go out and have some good food just to see, okay, what does it got?
What is your favorite food?
My favorite type of food?
Yeah.
I've been eating a lot of steak recently, like literally just steak and eggs. Not that I'm on like a carnivore diet or anything.
Okay.
But it's just kind of right now when I'm training, I'm just fueling my body for what feels best and to get into the shape that I need to.
Nah, you locked in. You locked in. Damn. Nah, that's good.
What's your favorite kind of food?
I'm like a pasta, like a chicken pasta, or anything kind of like pasta.
Where's the best pasta place in town?
Here?
Yeah, I haven't really been to much good Italian food here.
Yeah, I'm more like a home cook, like when it comes to the pasta. But restaurant wise, GVO has a nice pasta.
I don't think I've
It's
been
like
there.
a lounge. They have a nice pasta here.
Okay.
I like it. It's really good. Yeah, but I'm more of the home cooked meal. I don't cook.
Are you
though.
cooking?
I don't cook.
You got a
like that.
chef?
You know, when they come, you know what I mean. When I find one, I find one. All right? But,
I'm with it.
Yeah, my mom, she comes out here and cook for me sometimes too. I don't need, like, she just be like, hey, you want me to come cook? I'm like, damn, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I'm not gonna say no to mom's cooking.
What are you waiting on? Like, what are we waiting on here? Like for real. Damn, do you cook like all the time or just?
Yeah, I like to cook at home. Probably 80% of my meals, I would say, am out to eat once or twice a week, maybe.
Yeah.
And that's only if I'm going out with other people.
You save money.
I save money. I also, so many foods when you're eating out, they cook them with rotten oils that destroy our bodies. Seed oils and vegetable oils. So like I was just out to lunch right before this. It was a nice restaurant. I said, what do you cook the steak in? Soybean oil. Well, any kind of vegetable or seed oil is full of omega-6 fatty acids. Little history lesson real quick. And what those are is that's like the bad kind of fats for our body, and so it causes inflammation. And they pour it on everything when you're eating out.
Oh, wow.
And so what I've started telling waiters or waitresses is, hey, I'm allergic to seed oils. Could you use olive oil, or could you even use butter? Butter's better than...
Cheat code.
It's a cheat code.
We got to protect her at all costs because She's putting us on game trying to save our life, and they don't care about that. So I got a friend. He owns a vegan restaurant, and he's always talk. So I'm glad that you brought this up, actually, because he's always like talking about the oil that people cook the food in, and I'll just be like, you know what I mean? Like, I take it all in, but it be so much. He be hitting me with the compound this and that. Like how you just hit me with it. I'm like, damn, I really need to start paying attention to this. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, if there's any one health hack to take away today, it's to, when you're eating out, ask them to swap out the seed oil or the vegetable oil and swap it for olive oil or avocado oil.
Okay.
Or even butter. Butter's better than that.
I want to write that down.
I have a little.
Hey, can you swap out the seed oil and can you put vegetable oil? Thank you.
No vegetable oil either.
Oh, okay. Hey, can you swap out the seed oil and put it in olive oil?
Yep. Or butter.
Or butter. All right, yeah.
Because sometimes restaurants don't even have olive oil.
What?
It's crazy, right?
You got to bring your own olive oil.
I have a little cheat sheet card. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, for sure.
And then all you have to do is
because I be caring about stuff like that though. Because I'm just like, damn, man. Like, I know that 85% of the food out here is not good for. I know, I really do. And it's just like when I was in Thailand, I'm not gonna lie, the food, I had to get used to it. I would say this because it didn't have a lot of the processed stuff in there, and like it, you know, because I would eat a bag of chips and I'm like, this one's okay, but we're so programmed to have a certain flavor because they putting all this extra stuff in there. Then the juices that we drink, it's like so much sugar, like, so it's just like when I did go out there, I had to kind of like with the orange juice, it tasted so like
real.
Too real. Like, yeah, it was too real. So I'm just like, at first I was like, nah, I don't really like the orange juice. But I really started to like it after I started putting it in my body more and more. And that's one benefit I loved about Thailand, because I can walk outside my condo, somebody selling fresh fruit right there. And I'm like, damn, like this shit is like all at my needs, like everything I want. And so when I got back, that was one thing I was like, I'm glad I'm back in Dallas. I'm enjoying it, right? But I'm like, the fruit and the food, like that's been the thing for me. Like damn, that's what I miss. Like having just the fresh fruits, and the food was healthier. I gotta be honest, it was healthier. I do not eat McDonald's and all that other crazy shit, but I tried it just because it was out there.
Yeah, and it probably still tasted better.
It tasted way better. The chicken nuggets was cleaner. Like man, I'm just like, damn, they might care about their people here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel. Like, damn, they might actually care about their people.
Yeah.
And so
when I was in Switzerland, my sister and I went into the grocery store, and on every single processed item, they had a grade on it between A to F. Could you imagine if you walked into a grocery store here, every single processed item would probably be a C, D, E, or F.
Ooh. So everything with A or B is the good
Yeah,
quality?
like you think about a grade in school, you always want an A. Everything in Switzerland, I didn't see anything below an A. Everything had an A. That's how clean their stuff was there. And I'm thinking, because I have an app that I will scan at the grocery store, and it tells you on a scale of 0 to 100 how good or bad the item is.
I need this. I need that.
It's called Yuka.
Put me on. Like, what?
Yeah, but there's so many things that are just in products. There's so much processed junk that just destroys our gut, because that's where the pathogen hit my gut. And so I had to heal my gut. In order to heal my gut, I had to make sure I wasn't putting more toxins in my gut.
Okay.
And so there's certain things, like most sports drinks, most energy drinks, they have sucralose in them. It's a type of artificial sweetener. Sucralose destroys your gut. So there's other alternatives that you can know, but you just have to have the awareness to be able to look out for it on the label.
This is what we needed. We needed this. Like, we needed to hear this type of stuff. Like, damn, I'm glad you came on here today. Like, we needed this. Nah, real talk. I needed it. Like, Cause I would like to live a healthy lifestyle, like a long life, like really, like, for real. Like people are dying, like like from just like intaking bad stuff and shit. No, I haven't seen it.
No.
So there's a video where it shows how they make like baby pyramids. Terrible. Like they have like big industrial tubs and they put all kinds of dyes and things.
Wow.
And they come out with the purees that's for people. That's like
No, that's terrible,
Yeah,
man.
so this is the thing too. I was just on a call with a woman who's in her 50s, and she said everything that I learned when I was raising my children was a lie. We were told to be cooking with vegetable oils and seed oils. We were told that steak and eggs were not good for us. All these things, if you look at the food pyramid, they were telling us to be eating a lot of carbs. Like, that's not the answer.
Right.
The answer is more protein in order to keep the muscle on your body.
Right.
And so it's kind of unlearning everything that we've learned and then reprogramming. And that's, I think, kind of where we're shifting right now. But the first step is just awareness. Oh,
Right.
I should be looking for this on a label. Good to know.
It was a bag of cookies I had grabbed, and my friend, he's vegan. He said, "Hey, those cookies have." It was a word he used. I really don't know. And I was like, all right. Since then, I stopped eating the cookies. He told me about XYZ. It was like, not GMO. I don't know. It was GMO. It was something with the cookies. He was like, bro, do not. Like, he's like, he didn't say don't eat it, but he said, hey.
Just watch out for this
And these
ingredient.
cookies, yeah, he's like, you can read right here. You can Google it. I think I Googled. I forgot what it was, but I never touched those cookies again. And now, like, I forgot. Man, I'm going to think about what it says after I leave. I'm going to look it up.
Do you feel better when you're eating all whole foods? Like, did you feel more energy when you were in
way
Thailand?
more energy, way more energy. And I was, like I said, I was so happy. Like, and I think that's a big deal too. Like when you, certain things that you eat, I think, this is my opinion, I think that kind of adjusts your mood too. Like if you go eat something hella bad, you might feel just like you know what I mean, just like, or too full, or like, I don't know. I think it's like what you eat definitely can like change your mood too.
Absolutely. What if I told you that 90% of your serotonin is produced in your gut?
90%?
90%.
I'm sorry. It's because I know somebody else is going to be serotonin.
Serotonin.
Yes.
So that's like that feel-good chemical. That's like if your serotonin's really low, that's what causes a lot of depression. So a lot of times, anxiety and depression, yes, there's a mental aspect to it, but it's also directly tied to your gut. So if your gut's not healthy,
Okay.
if your body's not being fueled with foods that are good for it,
Mm-hmm.
and it might be a good food, it might just not be a good food for you particularly,
Gotcha.
because everyone's body's going to respond differently to different foods.
Gotcha. I have to tell my mom this.
Yeah.
I have to. I got to send her this video when it's done. Like, nah, real talk.
I'll
like,
sit down and talk with your mama about it.
Yeah, for real. Nah, like, for
Absolutely.
real. Like, this is serious. Like, damn. Wow. So, damn, okay. I got you. Okay, yeah, you just answered. Yeah, you answered that. I needed that. I needed to hear that. For real. Now, how you said it? Serotonin?
Serotonin.
I've heard of it, but I just didn't know. Serotonin. Okay. Damn. Yeah, we're gonna definitely have to get on the right track now. Now you really making me think about everything that I put in my body, for real. Cause like, I want to keep my mood up. I don't want to be sitting around depressed about about nothing. Just I shouldn't be,
Yeah. I mean, just think of your body like a sports car. You're not going to put regular gas in a sports car.
Gotta ride 93.
So you got to fuel it with the best.
Yeah. Do you like sports cars, or you not really?
I mean, I'm not going to say no to a great sports car.
Oh yeah, I love sports cars. I just sold my sports car actually, but I still got like an old school. But I had a Camaro SS, loved it.
Nice.
I drive it. Oh my gosh, I miss it actually, but it was time for me to upgrade, and I was moving to like a place without like a garage, and I didn't want my car stole, so I just had to sell it. But yeah, I'm very, very into sports cars. That's like one of my big things. I heard it's a racetrack out here, like not far, that people go to that they
For fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
But
heard of it.
Yeah, and you can like drive all types of cars. I want to go do that. I
That'd
think
be
that's
fun.
gonna be some. Yeah, that's something I'm gonna vlog actually.
I was gonna say.
That's something I'm gonna vlog. There we go. No, that's definitely something I want to vlog and do. Yeah, I love just doing different things. Speaking of skydiving, that's gonna be my next vlog, but inside. I'm gonna do the inside
the
skydive.
I dive?
Yeah,
I fly? What is it called?
Yeah, that I
Yeah.
fly, some shit like that. I ain't doing the other one, so that's what I got coming soon.
That'll be fun. So that's like your first step into actually skydiving.
Mm-hmm.
We should skydive in Thailand. You might do it there.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know about it. Like I probably do the parasailing stuff. I'll do the parasailing stuff.
Parasailing's fun.
Yeah, I'll try that for real. But man, no, like oh no, like that's tough. That's man. My whole life is just dependent on this parachute. Like what? Then I done seen anywhere like the parachute. I don't see too many crazy videos, man.
You know, that didn't even like cross my brain when I went skydiving. I just had so much trust. I had no fear about it at all.
You different.
You
different. That's like
now that you're saying that, I'm like, those thoughts didn't even cross through my brain.
And that's good. You know, when I get on the plane, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've gotten so like, I say real with myself. I say a prayer. I talk to God. You know, I pray that we make it a safe landing. You know what I mean? I don't know if I should even say what else I say, but I just say, you know what I'm saying, just protect everybody on the flight. I pray we land safe, you know what I mean? And I leave it in God's hands for real. That's just what I do, because it's like, there ain't nothing I can do for real. I got to get to this place now. Skydiving, it's like I'm putting myself in this type of situation just because I want to try it. Like, nah, hell nah. I'm sorry. I don't know. I've got to think about this one. Damn. Ooh, my mom and everybody gonna say I'm crazy. My whole family is gonna be like, boy, you tripping. Nah, for real. But nah, it's definitely, I know. I seen Kevin Gates do it, and I was like, damn, I can do it. Like, you know, I seen him do it, and I was like, I know I can do that shit, but I was like, nah, I'm not ready yet. I will be probably one day. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, you just gotta try it. So, like, what does like love? What does love mean to you?
I love that question.
Yeah, take your time.
Love to me, I think it starts with yourself.
There you go.
Starts with yourself. Starts with being in alignment with who you say you are.
Mm-hmm.
Being in alignment, knowing what your core values are.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to go do and be all that you believe yourself to be in this world. And I think that love can be expressed in so many different ways.
Right.
I think one of my favorite forms of expression is honestly dance movement for me.
Okay.
That fuels me in that way.
Okay. No, that's dope. You look hella happy, by the way. Like when you be like on the camera, you look super happy. Like you be glowing for real. Like so that's really dope. Yeah. Okay. I think loving yourself is definitely a big form.
Starts with you, and then it's the cup that overflows.
That's why I am now. Like when if I'm dealing with somebody, it's like you have to love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like you cannot love me like you know what I mean. Like you definitely have to love yourself first, and then you can love me. Like that's how I'm big on that now. I'm just big on it. Like that means so much more to me.
And the only reason why we know love is because Jesus first loved us, and so I think that's where my love comes from as well, is like just a deep sense of just knowing that we're put on this planet for only a short period of time.
Mm-hmm.
So go leave your unique imprint with your fingerprint that only you can leave on this planet.
Yeah. I feel that.
What does love mean to you?
Well, for sure, you got to love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's 1,000%. Now, when it comes to love for me, it's like I can just say, I can express the way, like yesterday, my brother, he had a He had a wreck, like on a bike. This was very unexpected. My mom called me, she crying, and I'm like, last time my mama called me crying, somebody died.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm just like, I get into this. I got into this little funk real quick, like, you know what I mean? I hated it, and I was like, Mama, what's going on? You know what I mean? She was like, pig had a wreck. They say it's not good. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's my little brother, and we hadn't been. We've been getting better, but we just hadn't had this like really good relationship that like I would like us to have. You know, just you know how it is, brother, sister, all that.
Yeah.
I had to tell you a backstory. I'm sorry. And we had been talking recently more because he's been helping me get my my old school car together. He's been helping me out. Boom, boom, boom. Like this is what he thrives in, cars. Like this is him. And so I was just so upset because I was like, damn, man, we've been talking more, getting my car together and stuff. And then I'm like, damn, Lord, please do not let me lose my brother right now. You know what I mean? Like, no, please. Like, you know, so I'm praying. I'm just like, no. So I dropped everything and I left. I had like a yoga class that night and everything because I was trying to get into the, you know, yoga and stretching. Yeah. And I just left, you know. I just left and I was just like, nah, like, I just feel like I said all that to say, I feel like when you like love somebody, like of course, you know, you just drop everything for them no matter what's going on because how much you love them. That's love for me. Like, you know what I mean? And like I hadn't really been put in one of those situations where I had to drop everything to come to somebody's aid in so long. So I just feel like if somebody's willing to do that, like, or support you while you're low, I just believe that's love. Yeah. For me though, that's just my expression of love. Like somebody's coming to your aid, or just somebody's willing to just be there for you with no benefit and their benefit. There's no benefit for them to come make sure you're okay. Yeah.
I also think love is in the little things.
Yeah.
Like those little 1% things that people will do, a kind gesture. I don't know. Do you know what your like love languages are?
For me, I do love that, but obviously when I'm on like a certain level with somebody, I'm like a touchy person. Like I might hold your hand.
Physical touch.
Yeah, physical touch. Yeah, like I might just want to hold your hand, or like, you know what I mean, or just, I don't know, rub your head, or vice versa. Like, and we don't have to talk. We don't have to be talking. like real, we don't have to be like, hey, like nah, like that's just
the
my
presence
love. Like,
alone.
yeah, that's just I think I got that from maybe my grandmother or something. Like she used to just make sure I was okay, like just as a kid. I don't know where it came from, but that's what I like.
I love that. Well,
what about you?
Quality time.
Quality time? Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
It's funny because you asked that question, and then I just started having flashbacks to when I was in second grade. This is hilarious. And I was in my English class, and every morning we would have a word up on the wall, and then she would draw a circle around it, and then we'd do like the word bubbles and then write a little paragraph about whatever was in the word bubble. And that morning we showed up, and the word was love.
Oh, wow.
Second grade. This is like core memory of mine. And thank goodness the teacher knew my parents, because I start bawling hysterically. I go over to the teacher's desk and I said, I don't know what love means. Crying, sobbing. Like, because I didn't know how to express myself at that young age. And it's so funny because as I've grown, it's such a piece that I'm like, okay, Amanda, fall back into your heart space now. Because I could be such a logical person. And so being able to go back to that little core memory, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's what love is again. Yeah.
So, like, back then, like, did they try to explain it to you a little bit? Like,
the teacher looked at me and said, well, how does it feel when your mom like cooks you dinner, or your dad does this for you, or just like use certain examples of love? And it was still like so foreign to me. It's funny because I like grew up with so much love and abundance around me, but I always just had a really hard time. I think it's something because I'm so logical, I'm so intellectual, I love data, all of that stuff, and so I'm a lot of times in the left side of my brain, except when I'm dancing. Because that's my more creative side.
Got you.
And so when I'm able to fall into that space and then move more into my heart space, that's when I'm able to drop into more of the feeling than the thinking.
Right. Damn, I get it. Damn. Sheesh.
Yeah, you just dropped a bomb for me all the
Yeah.
way back to second grade.
No, that's good though. But that's good. Sometimes we need that. Like
Yeah.
sometimes we need that. Like to be able to like backtrack and be like, damn. That like, you know, like they put like a little spark. Like, damn, I went through that before. Like,
Yeah,
damn,
it's
that's
so
good.
important.
'Cause I ain't gonna lie, I did not expect for you to ask me that, but damn, I figured it out too. So we both definitely did that. You know, I definitely appreciate you coming through to the show, Amanda. It's been very great. You came through on I Hate Home podcast, you know, and I definitely would like to see you more on here. Actually, like
Absolutely.
I believe we got a lot to talk about for real. Like we could definitely talk about a lot more, and you know, this is just the first of many.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all, we out.
Thank you so much.
Woke up paid, thought this was a dream. I just made me a play just to boss on my team. Addicted to diamonds, spent 80 on jewelry. I know I leave, probably think I'm a fiend. Live every day like this is my last. I just sold a few bags and I fled the scene. I don't want no talk back, I ain't here now. That I need my to be like a king.